In today's show, I'm going to teach you how to give great answers to interview questions. Hello, I'm Marcus Freed. Welcome to Marcus Recommends, where we share great ideas and celebrate life. This is unscripted, unbiased, unrehearsed, and it's coming to you from my studio here in Los Angeles. Today, I want to teach you how to give great answers to interview questions. This will also help any employers, if you're actually giving interviews, give you some ideas from the other side. But whether you're going for a job, whether you're about to hire, whether you're looking for a new job, whatever situation you're in, here's a whole little setup. This is going to be 7 steps to really get you in the zone and get you in the mood and get you set up so you can give the best possible answers. Firstly, a little story. When I was 17, I went for my interview at university. I was interviewing at various universities. I went for Cambridge, I went for Leeds, I went for Birmingham, in England, of course, merry old England. But the Birmingham University interview was the most memorable. So at the time, I had a kids' party entertaining business, and one thing I used to do was I used to make balloon animals, and it was the way I earned money at the weekends and hired people and, didn't have to work too hard and got paid quite well, and it was fun as a teenager. I got my kicks, and so I had on my CV, on my resume, it said I did balloonology. So going for the university interview, I was applying to do a double major, English literature and drama theatre arts, and so I was in the drama department, and the lecturer, a guy called Dr. Brian Crow, said, "Oh, I see here on your resume, on your CV, it says that you do balloonology. Can I ask what that is?" So I said, "Well, I can show you if you like." So he's like, "Okay." So I pulled a balloon out of my pocket. I used to carry them around the whole time. And I blew the balloon and I made a balloon dog and I gave it to him. And he said, "Well, have you? You're in." And that's how I got into university. I'm not even joking. That was actually how I got into university. I got rejected from Cambridge, and I got down to the waiting list and I cried when I didn't get into Cambridge University. But actually it turned out to be tears of joy, because I met many of my best friends who are still closest friends today after 20 years when I went to Birmingham. So that was a good university. That was a rather good interview. Here was a bad interview which I did. The bad interview I did was when I'd got down to 12 places to get into Harvard University. I've been rejected from some of the best outfits on the planet Earth. So the Harvard interview didn't go so well. I was up for this JFK scholarship, and I got down to the shortlist, got down to the interviews, and I turned up and I wanted to please. I wanted to be liked at this interview. And so I tried to give the right answers, and I'd rehearsed, and I'd got a friend who's a knight, a top civil servant to give me a rundown and prepare me. But what no one told me was just be yourself. So I've done a lot of preamble. I want to tell you these 7 steps on how to get ready for your interview, whatever the interviews you're about to do. Now we're going to get down to business, or indeed if you're about to give interviews, these are some pointers to think of. Number 1 is prepare. Do the questions. Try to think through what are the possible questions that you might be asked. Get someone to test you on that preparation. That's the first part of the preparation bit. Really think through what are they likely to ask you. Do the research, ask people who've already been there, do whatever information you can do, just get prepared. You're watching this video right now, this is great preparation. But then the other part of the preparation is you've got to let go of it completely when you get to the interview. You've got to just trust whatever's in is in. This is something we learned at drama school. You rehearse when you're preparing for a part as an actor, do all the preparation, then when you go on stage, you better bloody well let go of that preparation. Because if the audience sees you working, if they see you thinking, "Oh, I've got to stand like this, I've got to speak like this," then it's dead in the water. Same too with an interview. If you turn up and they ask you a question and you're trying to think, "Oh, I know the answer to this, what's the answer?" Forget it, okay? So prepare, then let go of the preparation. Number 2 is get in state. Now, by getting in state, I mean get in your physical state, get present, get grounded, breathing, get focused, If you want to check out another video I've got, which is guided meditation for business, go over to the guided meditation, just type that into the search box on Marcus Recommends, and that'll take you to there. Or use some other process, go to a yoga class, go for a run, just get pumped up, whatever you need to do, get pumped up. Number 3 with interviews is listen closely. Really listen to what they're asking. Listen to their body language. You don't have to buy a body language book, although you can always read Desmond Morris's Man Watching. It's very interesting, but you know if someone's interested or not. You know if they're bored or not. They could be playing a poker face. They might be looking down. They certainly used to do this a lot of castings and auditions, and it's just not a lot of fun. But look at the people, particularly if you're interviewing in front of a panel. So really look at them and listen as closely as you can. Point number 4, engage. Engage with them. Have a little bit of banter. Have a chat with them. My mate Sam, who's a film producer now, he was great at this back when he used to be on the audition circuit, and even now with meetings. Just engage with people. They're still human beings. The person who's doing the interviewing is still a human being. You can forget it. You might just think, oh no, they're my potential income source. They're going to help me pay the rent. Well, when you can engage with them on a human level, even if it's non-verbal, even if you just give them a smile, give them a sympathetic smile, if they're looking tired, just to have some sympathy, have some connection, something human, almost energetically reaching out to them, if that makes any sense. If not, I'm sure I'll end up talking more about that later on in another video. Point number 5, which I certainly haven't seen in any interview books, is play. Just be prepared to play. Back to the balloon story. You know what? That balloon story got me into university. That created a whole aspect of my life, and that's created tremendous things long term. I'm not saying that was the only thing, but you get the idea. Be prepared to play. Like if someone makes a vaguely funny comment and you're a funny person, then respond back nicely and respectfully. Just be prepared a sense of improvisation. See what's going on. If something goes wrong, then you might want to just, I don't know, interact with it. But get in a state of play like kids, and then it'll also help with the previous point, which was engaging. Number 6, and this is really, really, really important, is be real. So as an interviewee, and I certainly think about this whenever I'm interviewing a potential staff member, as I take other people on for my team, for my business practice, I want to see what people are really like. They want to know you. There is only one of you. Now, you might be a good fit for this company, you might not be a good fit for the company, but just be who you are. Obviously, it's the smarter or the slightly more preened version, or the slightly more respectful version of yourself, because it is an interview situation. But don't try and cover yourself and hide away and try and be someone else or be what's expected. I can say 100% without exception, every time I've tried to be what is expected, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I've been up in the past, if I've been up for a teaching job, I'm trying to give all the right answers. Doesn't end up happening. When I'm myself, yeah, it can turn into great offers have happened, and sometimes they haven't happened. But if you're not yourself, then it really just reduces the possibilities. So just be real, be yourself. And if you're an interviewer, consider this as an opportunity to allow people the space to be real. Just allow them to connect with you. We'll talk about interview techniques in another video from the perspective of the employer, specifically. And finally, point number 7. Just try to remember that the whole thing is empty and meaningless anyway. If you get hired, it's great. If you don't get hired, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that you're not great. It doesn't mean that you're not a good person. It doesn't mean that you're not talented. It doesn't mean you're not capable. It doesn't mean anything. They've just hired someone else, or they haven't hired you, or for whatever reason, it wasn't a good fit. Yes, it might mean that you haven't got that money coming in straight away, but don't give up at that point. Keep on going, rinse and repeat. There will be something out there. The bigger picture, I honestly believe, is this. God's put us on a planet where there are enough resources for everyone. Certainly if you're living in the West, you're going to have very easy resources to a lot of different things, and there will be a job out there if you're prepared to do it. It might mean putting a little bit of pride aside at the beginning, but there is work there, there is money there, there are resources. We live in a tremendously wealthy world. It's just a case of finding the right match. So go through these 7 steps, prepare, get in state, listen, engage, play, be real, and remember it doesn't mean anything. The abundance is there, and if you want to find out more ways to tap into abundance, then head on over to marcusjfreed.com. I've got a free video training there. It's going to teach you ways of getting abundance now to go from scarcity to absolute success. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to share this with your friends. I'm Marcus Freed. Be happy, stay happy, and celebrate life. See you again.